Time now for sports with Scott Breen.
Welcome back, everybody. There are rodeo legends, then there's the guy you're about to meet. A Montana jack of all rodeo trades, if you will, who's now in 5 halls of fame. Q2's Brandon Sullivan and I had to chase down the 85-year-old world champion, but finally caught him. Routine is hardly the word that comes to mind when traveling with CR Boucher. But lunchtime may be the exception. Every Monday through Friday, he drives 8 miles into Pryor, spends about 2 hours telling stories with friends at the senior center, checks mail at the post office, then drives 8 miles home. This world champion cowboy is still sharp as a tack.
He's a nice dog to have around, but he ain't worth it.
No?
He won't bark, he won't bite nobody, he won't do.
And witty. Here's how he remembers his early bull riding days.
I didn't ride bulls, I just entered. My percentage wasn't all that great.
Those days are long gone. At 85 years old, he's turned in bulls for a four-wheeler and now shuffles his way inside with the help of a cane.
Come on, now, I ain't got to do. Sure.
CR, short for Claude Raymond, grew up in Livingston, spent his freshman year as a linebacker on Montana State's football team, then joined the Army. When he got out in the 1950s, a guy named Aubrey Rankin told him, "I'll pay your entry fees, you wrestle steers and ride bulls. We'll split the money." As CR tells it, he'd rarely even seen the sport, but just thought he'd give it a try.
So we got down to about the last rodeo there before we were both broke, and we was at Odessa, Texas. I drawed a big old Charlet bull. By God, if I didn't ride him and win second. And from then on, we just started winning.
Eventually, a bull stomped on CR's leg in Farmington, New Mexico, and Aubrey convinced him to stick to steer wrestling. That worked out pretty well for the pair until a freak accident in the practice arena killed Aubrey when the horse he was riding was cut off by a steer and rolled on top of him. CR was there in Dallas and saw the whole thing.
There was a guy there that took me and loaded him in the ambulance, and I got up there at the funeral home deal or whatever, and they stopped me, two or three guys in suits. Told me, "You don't need to go in there." He said, "DOA." And I said, "God dang." And that ended our deal.
CR picked himself up and won the National Finals Average Championship in 1961, then went on to become a steer wrestling world champ in '64. Now back home, he wanders off to find it, then delivers the ultimate prize, his championship buckle. But does he remember his full earnings that year?
Yeah, about less than what the day money is today. I don't know, I was going to look it up. I knew you'd ask me that.
He's spot on about the day money. CR's entire season earnings that championship year, a little less than $20,000. Right now at the National Finals, that's a nightly paycheck.
Yeah, I never missed a day.
His kitchen and fireplace mantle are filled with snapshots, trophies, plaques, and buckles. He's one of the very rare professional cowboys to hit every NFR site, either as a competitor or a hired hand. Dallas, LA, Oklahoma City, and Vegas. In fact, while living in Texas, he remembers qualifying for the first NFR in Los Angeles, shortly after JFK was assassinated in Dallas.
Everybody had a Texas plate on their car or pickup or trailer or whatever. Right down, they throwed rocks at you, and they thought everybody from Texas was involved in that deal.
That was over half a century ago. Today, CR's credentials are listed in the Hall of Fame at Omaha. Here in Montana, at the PRCA Hall in Colorado Springs, the Cowboy Hall of Fame in Oklahoma City, and just earlier this summer, this was sent to him as an inductee to the Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame. If he were younger, would he do it all over again in today's rodeo era?
Yeah, you better believe it. I'd be the first one there. Too much money up.
There he is, a 5-time Hall of Famer. If you want to catch him in person, just like clockwork, tomorrow at lunch, CR will be hanging out with his friends at the Senior Center in Pryor.